So I have this note file on my phone, and it's basically a list of topics I want to make videos about, and you know, it changes. I put it in an order that I want to shoot these videos, and then when I finally shoot one, I cross it out and I move it to the bottom. I've had this one topic on there for, 4, 5, 6 months now maybe, and I just keep avoiding it and moving it down and putting other things in front of it, and it says, on social media. Hi there, my name is Ben Staley. Welcome to my little corner of the YouTube verse. This is a place that we like to call adventure and art. I appreciate you stopping by. This episode is gonna be a little different. I feel like I say that a lot, but all these videos I do tend to feel different to me. Like I said in the intro, I've avoided this topic for a long time, yet obviously for some reason I'm compelled to do it, and I'm compelled to speak about these things, yet I was avoiding it. So clearly I'm conflicted. Clearly I have, opposing thoughts and feelings inside of me about the topic of social media. Maybe this isn't an unusual thing. Maybe you feel the same way. Maybe a lot of us do. Maybe it's a complicated topic, so I'm gonna do my best to bumble my way through it and not sound like a total moron, which probably will, because I kind of am. I'm totally winging this, guys, so I hope you stick with me. We're gonna crack it open. We're gonna talk about all things social media. Let's get to it. Come on! I guess we should start at the top. Or the bottom. Maybe it's the bottom. I don't know. Facebook. Okay, Facebook. I've seen the movie. Loved the movie. In fact, Fincher? Sorkin? Let's have a sequel, guys. Let's make it a franchise. Yeah, I don't like Facebook. I have a Facebook account. I would 100% delete it and never think about it again and not care, if not for one thing, and I'm gonna get personal here, but I feel like I've got to go there. I sort of avoid, deeply personal stuff in public. I'm kind of a private person, but my little brother, we're very close, awesome dude. He had a pretty bad accident 7 years, almost 8 years ago now, and had a brain injury, and so as a result, he's fully disabled, can't speak, and has limited function. Like half his body doesn't work real well, but he's alive. He's a fighter. He's got this fierce spirit, and there was like a long time there where maybe he wouldn't come out of a coma, maybe he'd be a vegetable, all these things, and 7, almost 8 years later, and he's, all things considered, lives a pretty good life. He can't speak because of his injury, so he lives on Facebook because he can sit there with a tablet and he can send messages to his friends and me, his brother. So I talk to him every single day via Facebook. Usually he's posting on my wall or doing that, and we go back and forth there, and that's the only interaction I do on the whole darn thing, and that's the chief way that he interacts with people, and so I stay on Facebook. And I love my little brother. He is such a cool human, such a fierce spirit, such a warrior. So I'll never quit as long as he's on there. That's what I think about Facebook. I don't know. It's been in the news a lot. I don't really think about it very much. I don't like it. I would quit if not for my brother. That's all I've got to say about Facebook. Face what? We used to sit around campfires and share stories. Now we stare at our phones and share stories there. We've gained so much in our ability to connect and to communicate, but have we? Or have we just lost so much? But we haven't lost it. It's right there if you want to grab it. It's right there. Next is Twitter. I actually really like Twitter. I don't have a big following or anything on Twitter, and I don't care about that. I use Twitter to curate a list of people I want to follow, and I want to see what they're doing, and I want to hear what they have to say. I follow a lot of filmmakers, screenwriters, I follow some journalists, increasingly more and more photographers, because it's kind of blowing up on there with photography, but I am a filmmaker, and I am in the process of trying to write a movie. And I get a lot of value out of Twitter and a lot of inspiration and a lot of moral support just reading tweets from these various people that I follow who are successful, who have words of advice. And it just kind of keeps me going because it's daunting, it's difficult, it's a struggle at times if you're trying to write a movie. And that's what I'm trying to do right now in my personal time. It's a personal goal and it's a dream. And I just get a lot of value out of Twitter in that regard. Also, I follow journalists, and it's the place I usually go if there's something happening. I'll just immediately look in the timeline and see what's happening in the world and see what people are saying about it. I really don't have to deal with any drama on Twitter. I don't have enough of a following to have people, leaving nasty comments or anything like that. For me, it's purely 100% a positive place to go. I like Twitter. Where are we? Instagram. I've been on Instagram a long time, like 10 years maybe, and I used to really love it. Now, I kind of despise it. Now, it feels like a waste of time. Maybe you feel the same way. It used to be so inspiring. I'd scroll through the feed, I'd see all this amazing work. Now, I scroll and every other post is an ad. Now, I rarely see some of the people that I follow whose work I really want to see. That's why I follow them. I've amassed a decent sized following all naturally and used to get thousands of likes if I put up a post. Now, oftentimes, I only get a few hundred. What's up with that Instagram? Instagram is like Elvis before he died. He's like in some hotel room, like stuffing his face, doing drugs, I think. Isn't that kind of what Elvis did? Just about to just freaking die. He's just like bloated with excess. Nothing against Elvis, man. Elvis in his prime? Whoa, dude, what a dude. What did Christian Slater say in True Romance? If I had to fuck. I guess what I'm trying to say is that Instagram is definitely past its prime. It's a bloated facsimile of its former glory, of its former self. Instagram's a big piece of crap. Now, I stay on it because I've met some really great people there, and I have great friends in real life that I've met on Instagram, and we become friends. Now we don't even use the darn thing to talk to each other. We call each other up on the phone. And I've gotten jobs off Instagram, photography jobs, video jobs. I've made connections, made friends, gone places, had adventures, all because of Instagram. I just wish it wasn't some bloated, disgusting cash grab anymore. I don't care. I'm just glad you're watching my YouTube channel. All right, next topic. I don't do Snapchat. I don't do TikTok. I don't do anything like that. Those things just don't really interest me. I do look at my phone way more than I'm comfortable with. And I guess I could blame social media for that, but that would really be saying that I'm not in control of myself, and that would be a real issue. I'm working on it. It's kind of fun. Whoa! Okay, moving along, other social network platforms that I use, Ello, E-L-L-O. Have you heard of it?
way back when Ello first started and it was invite only, someone sent me an invitation and I had never heard of it, and so I joined, and right away I really dug it. Now at first Ello didn't have an app, it was only on the desktop, and that's pretty much the place that I look at it, I don't know, 75% of the time. The cool thing about Ello is it's a place for artwork and photography, and the images are all high res and they can fill up the whole screen, and the detail is great. So if you like showing off your photography, you like showing off your artwork or looking at it, Ello is a great place. Now right away I became one of their featured photographers, which was cool. They did some interviews with me, and I've had a lot of conversations with the folks that run the place, and they're good dudes. Their heads and their hearts are in the right place. They're trying to build something that provides value for people. Now it's not private anymore. Anybody can join. The cool thing about Ello is there's not a lot of riffraff. There's not a lot of people posting stupid personal stuff. There's not a lot of selfies. You just have really high quality art, really high quality photography. I can always go to Ello and get inspired. I dig it.
Check out Ello if you're into some good artwork, some good photography. That's all I've got to say about that. Let's see if I can get off this sinking ship. This brings us to maybe my favorite social media app, Vero. Maybe you've heard of it. It's a small one. Vero, I was thinking about this on the drive out here. Vero, to me, I almost don't even want to talk about it. I don't talk about Vero a lot to my friends. Sorry guys, I really should, because it's awesome. Vero's like that, no disrespect intended. This is only a compliment coming from me. Vero's like a dive bar in your neighborhood that nobody knows about, or maybe across town or something, and you just go to there and like a few of your buddies go and hang out there, and it's awesome. You go in, everybody knows your name, people buying you drinks, you have great conversations. Every time you go, it's like the best night. That might be a little bit of hyperbole. Vero's like that band that you discovered and nobody knows it yet, but it's so awesome. And you're just like, no one's playing on the radio. It's not like played to death. You're not sick of it. It's like just for you. The music is just for you. It just speaks to you. Now, I don't know. I'm probably getting a little carried away. Vero's been around a few years, and it got some attention. It had like this big kind of boom a couple years ago, and a bunch of people joined all at once, and we thought it was just going to blow up. I've been on it since the early days, but you know, and that kind of fizzled out. It's still hanging on. It's got the best user interface, I think, of any social media app. I just dig it. You can post up photos, you can put up videos, you can put up links, like direct links. You can check in places. You can put things that you like. You can make frickin' phone calls on it, like voice calls. You can have private chats with people. And it's just all very clean and intuitive. If you put up pictures, I do a lot of photography and stuff, you know, they're really high resolution. You can put up galleries of multiple pictures. So that's cool for sharing your work. There's some pretty famous people on Vero. I'm not gonna say any names, but really famous people. Across like filmmakers, musicians, photographers, that use it regularly. It's not why I'm there. I have some friends on there. I've brought a lot of friends over to it actually. I've made some friends on there. I talk regularly again to the folks that run it and started it, and they're good people. And their heart's in the right place, their head's in the right place. They're really working hard trying to build this thing, which it just seems almost freaking astronomically impossible to me. Like, oh, you want to make a movie? Okay, that's hard. Why don't you try build a social media app? Whoa, dude. So I'm rambling, but I like Vero. I get a lot of value out of it. It feels special. It's not super popular. There's more and more people on there all the time, but like, I don't really care about that. It is a place where I can have meaningful conversations and exchanges. I can exchange ideas. I've had some of my work published because of Vero, like in some magazines and stuff. Some folks on there created a little book, photography book,
bunch of people on there I was graciously invited to be a part of. It's just kind of awesome. I should talk about YouTube. YouTube to me feels like social networking. I put it in the same category. I could be, that's just me. It's just the feeling I have. It feels like social network, which I guess it is. You get followers, subscribers, you put up your work, people can comment on it, you can interact with them. Maybe you start a friendship or a relationship with them. You're sharing your work, you're sharing your ideas. I sort of thought about doing the YouTube for a long time and just didn't really want to be a YouTuber, but I guess I sort of am now. You can be different things at the same time. I like it. I like making these videos, and I like sharing them. It's fun. I just like making things, and I like sharing things. For me, I use these social networks to share my work. I don't use them to share deep personal stuff or family stuff, or that's private, man, and that's for my friends and my family. I don't put that stuff out there really. And I probably never will, and I'm fine with that. Like I have deep friendships and deep relationships and people I love dearly, and that's just not stuff I talk about publicly in broad terms. I use social networks to share my work, to share my ideas, to share what I'm thinking about, share things that maybe don't have a place elsewhere, don't have a home anywhere else. I do all my professional work. I don't own 95% of my professional work. It gets broadcast somewhere, and it's not mine. And a lot of times the people that see it don't even know that I did it. And so social media for me has been a way for me to broadcast my work and my ideas and stuff that's purely mine. And if you see it, you go to that channel, you know it came from me. And that's really valuable to me. And it's exciting and it's cool that there are platforms like that where we can do that. But they're like anything, it's just like we're gonna get out of them what we put into it. And they're gonna highlight a lot about the people, right? Who are broadcasting that stuff. If you're just like a dark, twisted, resentful, angry person, eventually it's gonna be pretty hard to hide that on with social media, through social networks. I just feel like eventually all the bullshit's gonna filter out and you're gonna see who and what a person really is. And again, the value you get out of something, it's like anything in life, the value you get out of it is probably gonna be proportionate to the work you put into it, I think, for the most part. I don't subscribe to this fake it till you make it kind of mentality that a lot of people have. I think you should be authentic. I think if you don't know something, you should say it. I think if you're not where you want to be, you should make that known. I'm trying to get somewhere. Look, I got a great career. I do cool stuff for a living that, like, if I was 18 looking at what I get to do and the conversations I have and jobs I get to do now for a living, my 18-year-old self would be like, are you freaking kidding me? That's awesome. And I don't feel like I've achieved a fraction of the stuff that I want to, my big goals or anything. So I haven't made it by any stretch of the imagination. I have big things I want to do. And I'm pretty accomplished in certain ways. I mean, I can say that, it's true. In a lot of ways, I'm not, and I'm not where I want to be. And I'm not lying about that through social networks. I'm not trying to get people to think I'm cooler than I am, or I'm more successful or better off than I am. Fuck that. How are you gonna get to where you wanna be if you just want everyone to already think that you're there? Then how are those people gonna help you or teach you or lift you up? How are you gonna learn if you're telling people you're already there, if you've already done it, if you're already doing it? Because it's not about that place you wanna be. It's about the path getting there. I know, there's nothing new under the sun here. This is not new information. It's just like, the thing that grosses me out about social media is this sort of like, look at me, all these influencers and life coaches and all these people, and they haven't really done anything. It's just a shame. It's just, be authentic, be yourself. Own your mistakes, own your deficiencies, own your ignorance about certain things, because you can always get better.
You can always get stronger. You can always get more skilled. It's gonna take some work, but that's what it's all about. I didn't really know what I was gonna talk about with this video. I just decided I can't be kicking this down the line any longer. I've gotta do the social media episode. So I'm sorry if it's not super put together and super succinct. I'm sort of just ranting, I'm sort of just rambling. This is deep stuff, man. We live in strange times. Strange times. Where are we gonna be in 20 years? What's it gonna be like? Take care out there, folks. Be mindful. Be mindful with what you use and how you use it. Be mindful of how you interact with other people, how you treat them, how you treat yourself, how you speak to other people, how you speak to yourself. Be mindful. Speak with intention and purpose. And if you don't have anything to say, then don't speak at all. That's fine. Thank you for going on another journey with me. I appreciate that a lot. I think I'm gonna go take some pictures now. Take it easy. Was that okay? Should I do that again? Nah, it's just social media. Who cares? I've had this one topic. Am I really bumbling my way through this? We'll just throw it up there. Big deal, doesn't matter. Tomorrow won't be seen. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably fucking this all up. Welcome to my little corner. Oh, I think I screwed that up. And you know, it changes, and then I film one, I move it to the top, I cross it out. Is any of this making any kind of sense? Yeah, doesn't matter. I'll just throw it up there. Who cares if that was the best?